evidence-based presentation. I have in the studio Ahmed Ibrahim, who is the NDC MP for Banda and is a Deputy Majority Chief Whip. Good evening, sir, and thank you very much
good evening,
for your time. I know I was off record, off the air. I was talking to you about the evidence presented by the president when he brought Amina and what I believe that it was a good strategy, except to expand it a little more. But let's look at January 5th, tomorrow. What are your expectations of the State of the Nation's address? Or perhaps I should say, what should we all expect?
Yeah, Steve, let me say a very good evening to your cherished viewers. As a matter of fact, this is the first time I'm appearing on your show in this 2017.
You're lucky it's only 30 minutes. I'll grow you.
Exactly. So, having greeted your viewers, let me go straight to the point. You know, this is a constitutional mandate. And per the Constitution, Article 67, it says that before the dissolution of a parliament, the president must meet parliament and speak to the people of Ghana. It's in a way of accounting to the people about the stewardship that was entrusted in him for the 4-year period.
Whether he won or not.
Precisely. And you know, this is the very first time that he's meeting us to end the session. This is the 4-year period, after which we will dissolve the parliament the following day. So in a way, it is a way of the president giving us an account of what he's been able to achieve, the strengths and weaknesses, where he took us from and where he has brought us to, for Ghanaians to know whether he was able to make a meaningful
But previous
impact.
presentations have been more like campaign messages and promises packed with what I will do if I have the mandate. You expect that tone will change?
If you juxtapose the directive principles of the state policy of the Constitution together with the constitutional provision of Article 67, which says the president should appear before Parliament, it will combine the manifesto with your promises of things that you do, because the directive principle says that the president must make to the people of Ghana the some of the steps he's taking to address the needs of the people, the basic.
So it's not really out of place.
Exactly. So that is the right form that it should take. But when you come to what the president is coming to do tomorrow, because the president is ending his 4-year mandate, in that way he must be able to tell her, this is what I told you I would do. This is where I took you from, and this is where I have brought you to. This is where I was taking you to, and this is where I expect my successor to take you from.
Some members of the majority are actually saying the president should apologize for Ghanaians for failing to meet their expectations.
Which majority
you think that the NDC, of course, in Parliament?
I will not agree with them for the president coming to apologize for failing to do what? The president said when he took the nation from 2009, energy generation, electricity was somewhere about 44.something%. He took it from there. Now he has been able to bring it to about 70-something%. Are you saying we should apologize for moving the thing from 44 to over 70-something? 44 is below the 50% half mark. You've brought it beyond 50, beyond 60, beyond 70. You've moved it to close to 80. I think it's an excellent mark. Then you leave that one from there. Then you take water. Water coverage was around 52%. You move it from there, it's now about 80.5. Are you saying we should apologize for this? Then you put that one aside. The number of public universities that we know in this country were not up to even 7. We added Sunyani, we are adding so many and Donkokron. We've brought the loan, we've done the saw cutting. Are we going to apologize for that? Then the president took certain strategic national policies which he had paid the price dearly for, which I know time will tell. Ghanaians are. So
which policies are these, if I may?
Clearly,
you think that he lost the elections because he took some major decisions?
Precisely.
Like
which
what?
Were not comfortable with Ghanaians.
Like what?
You see, something like the elimination of the quota system, which led to the elimination of the nursing training allowances, the teacher training allowances. These were policies that the nursing trainees and teacher trainees were not comfortable with. And you know, he needed to take that decision simply because Ghanaians who wanted to have access to nursing training institutions were denied access because of the quota system.
So you think he lost
because
the elections?
The Minister for Finance...
You think he lost the elections mainly because of that?
Then your opponent goes, oh, me, I will restore it, I will pay it. Teacher training, people who wanted to go to teacher training were not given access. You are increase it by 63% just because of the elimination of the allowances. You open and say, oh, I will pay.
Right,
it.
we're waiting
So
to see that. We're waiting to see what
Should,
the 13-member committee set up by the NDC will bring out on this. So I don't want us to belabor that too much. Let's go back to the evidence-based presentation that President Mahama adopted. I did say earlier that I thought that that was a good strategy, except it could have been expanded a little more to create linkages with that evidence so that it won't look as if the only beneficiary was Amina. But moving forward, do you expect that tomorrow he will dare make it evidence-based presentation?
Now the evidence-based is even reflecting on the life of the parliamentarians ourselves.
How?
I know he will cite Job Sanders as one of his evidence-based. The establishment of the Parliamentary Training Institute to train parliamentarians and increase our capacity instead of transporting parliamentarians from parliament from Ghana to abroad to go and increase.
So his evidence would not necessarily be bringing people
President
into
Mahama
the studio.
himself had led a legacy that everywhere he has an evidence to show. So unless one does not want to be true to the fact, that he will say that this is not even, but the evidence reflects even in our own lifestyle. So President Mahama does not need even the reconfiguration of the parliamentary chamber, making sure that everything goes electronic, procurement of new furniture,
it's a legacy.
Everything. Wherever he stands, go to the judiciary, go to the parliamentary, this is everywhere. He has legacy to show. So he does not need to go anywhere before finding something to tell you that this is an evidence. You yourself, if you want to be truthful to yourself, you see that the reconfiguration of parliament, the procurement of the furniture, everything there is new. And that will tell you that the president.
Well, there were some Chinese chairs which broke down, and then they brought new ones.
No,
there are problems. There are problems with anything.
Just replacement for free.
But
and that shows good negotiation and due diligence in terms of procurement for the nation.
Interesting. Let's move on. Let's move the discussions to the fact that tomorrow, very soon, on the 7th, January 7th, the new parliament will be sworn in. I want to ask you whether there is confusion in the rank of members of parliament over who should be the minority leader or the other leaders of parliament.
If anybody should tell you that there's confusion, I would disagree on both sides. In the position which becomes vacant and there's nobody to compete for it tells you that the position is a useless position. For a position of a whole minority leader and majority leader of the House of Parliament,
it's a big deal.
It's a big position in such a way that clearly there will be some kind of people expressing interest.
Lobbying.
Even our constitution or our standing order says that the positions, those leadership positions, especially the position of a speaker, you cannot nominate somebody who does not show his consent that he wants to contest for it. So such positions, these are opportune time for people to be lobbying. And you know, democracy is about lobbying. So people will be lobbying for those. And traditionally, whenever a seat becomes vacant, people lobby for it. And when somebody is installed into that position, then the lobbying stops.
I know there have been some names, Honorable Haruna Idrisu and Honorable James, Dr. James Kluche Avedi. They've all come up. I'm not sure you are going to tell me whether any of them has been selected to be the minority leader, but how soon will the NDC select a minority leader?
Thank you very much.
Or they have already?
I think tomorrow we'll be meeting. We don't do things in secret. NDC is a congress. A congress of people. You do due and wider consultations. That's what I'm talking now. Right from the parliamentary regional caucus chairman down to the various caucuses, to the national executives, to the leadership of parliament. Consultations have gone. We've had series of meetings, and I think the final ones will be between tomorrow.
But are there specific qualities that the party is looking out for in a minority leader?
Precisely.
Can you tell us a few?
One, he must be a team builder, because you need to carry the whole caucus along. You need to be able to balance the views and aspirations of everybody. You need to be able
Haruna Idrisu, is he a team builder?
Haruna is a team builder. Myself, I'm a team builder. Kluche is a team builder. We have so many team builders in the caucus. And you know, the minority caucus is the caucus having the longest serving members of parliament in the caucus.
Are you putting yourself are you putting yourself for that
I'm
position?
just a little bit.
If you're nominated minority leader, would you take it?
We will be the players leading, following whoever emerges as the minority leader. As for me, I'm a team player, so I'll play with everybody. And I'll play with anybody who emerges as a leader.
Before I make you go, I need to hear from you. There have been concerns expressed that MPs who are going back to Parliament taking ex gratia is in bad faith, and that really the ex gratia should have been taken at the end of their tenure. Do you agree?
My brother, if you see the aftermath of former members of parliament, it will tell you, and the high rate of attrition we have in parliament, you will be the one leading the crusade to justify why MPs need to be given such monies.
How so?
If you look at the aftermath of former members of parliament in Ghana, you know, I'm a young man. I'm not on contract.
You mean they become poor when they leave parliament?
You see, MPs are just conduit. Even whatever is in your mouth, you take it and give it to. We are benevolent, the most philanthropists and most benevolent personalities in the country. And therefore, by the time you leave this kind of life, whether 4 years or 8 years, you are not ready to go and write application for any other position. People deny you opportunity because, oh, my honorable, you were a member of parliament, I cannot control you. If I employ you, I cannot control you, therefore I will not employ you. So these are some of the conditions that we feel. Look at my age. If
you're kicked out of parliament, you will have no job.
This
is that what
man
you're saying?
Here in parliament, assuming I lost elections, I entered parliament at the age of 34. Assuming I lost my first election, so meaning at the age of 13,
you are done.
38,
and you don't
I
think,
would have been unemployed.
You don't think that is
so,
fair?
Meaning, at the age of 38, if you are unemployed without anything, and you cannot write to anywhere to go and my brother, you can see the kind of life you believe.
Right, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, thanks very much. He's the MP-elect for Banda. Actually, he is retaining his seat and his deputy minority chief whip. I am Stephen Enti.